Hey there, do you have an air fryer and not really know what to cook in it? Today I'm going to be showing you some of my family's all-time favorite air fryer recipes. All of these recipes are delicious and they crisp up beautifully. So I hope you enjoy this video and let's head to my kitchen and let's start cooking. Of course, you probably could have guessed it, we're going to be starting with these French fries. This recipe is outstanding. I don't make French fries any other way now, so I have about 5 medium to small sized russet potatoes. I made sure I cleaned them super duper well. I'm going to be cutting them lengthwise into about 1/2-inch sticks. You can cut them larger or smaller, kind of depending on your preference. After I am through with that, you're going to be sticking all of the potato sticks in a large bowl of some cold water. This is going to help remove any of the excess starch so the fries are nice and crisp in the end. After about 30 minutes to an hour of soaking in the water, I just place them into my strainer and I'm going to rinse them super duper well. We really don't want the potatoes super wet when we go to air fry them, so I am going to be damping off any of the excess water at this point just with some paper towels. Of course, just do it to the best of your ability. It is not going to be perfect. After I was finished drying our potato sticks, I went ahead and added them into a larger sized bowl. Now this is the fun part. So I'm going to be drizzling the potatoes with about a tablespoon of some olive oil, then just a shake of some sea salt and pepper. You could really add whatever you like into these potatoes at this point. Whatever you like pretty much on your French fries, go ahead and add it in. You could add some minced garlic, onion powder, some seasoning salt, whatever you like. Go ahead, add it in and then give it a good stir. So now I just added about half of the potatoes into my air fryer. You don't want to do them all at once. I did them in batches just so they cook properly. I cooked these on 360 degrees for about 6 minutes, and then after those 6 minutes, I pulled them out of my air fryer. I gave them a really good stir, and then I stuck them back in my air fryer for an additional 9 minutes or until they were completely cooked. I did keep an eye on them just to make sure they don't get too crisp. Here they are out of the air fryer. I topped mine with some Parmesan cheese and some parsley and a little bit of some ketchup to dip them in. These French fries are nice and crisp on the outside and they're extremely fluffy on the inside. This recipe is so good. My husband Will has been asking for these jalapeno peppers for the longest time now, and I thought this was the perfect opportunity to make them. So in this medium-sized bowl, I added 3 ounces of softened cream cheese with a 1/2 cup of shredded sharp cheddar cheese and just a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of some onion powder. Just mix this mixture all together. I'm using 4 whole jalapenos for this recipe. Of course, you could double this recipe very easily if you want to make them for a larger amount of people or just have leftovers. So right now I'm just slicing the jalapenos in half lengthwise, and I'm going to be carefully scraping out the seeds and membranes inside of the jalapenos with a spoon. This jalapeno popper recipe is an extremely easy one. So now I'm just filling the insides of the jalapenos with some of that cheesy mixture and then wrapping some bacon around it. I used a total of 4 pieces of bacon for this recipe. I did cut the bacon in half so it appears as 8 slices of bacon, but using 1 full slice of bacon is just way too much for each of these jalapenos. So that's why I cut them in half. So after I was through wrapping the bacon and filling them with the cream cheese mixture, I'm just going to place them in my air fryer. I did make sure I sprayed the inside of my air fryer with plenty of some oil spray. These are going to air fry on 390 degrees for 11 minutes or until the bacon is at the crispness that you like it to be. All I have to say about these jalapeno poppers are they are easy cheesy. They are so easy to throw together, but they come out so amazing. That bacon is nice and crisp on the outside. The jalapeno is extremely tender, and my husband, he definitely approved of these. Now we're making my little daughter Brinley's favorite. This chicken and broccoli is really good. I'm just going to be starting out by cutting up my 3 heads of broccoli and 1 onion. Now we're going to be making the sauce. You could easily double the sauce recipe if you want your chicken and veggies a little bit more saucy. So into this bowl, I just added 3 tablespoons of some olive oil, a half a teaspoon of some garlic powder, a tablespoon of fresh minced ginger. I love buying my ginger in that little container package just because it's so easy. All you have to do is squeeze it in. A tablespoon of some low sodium soy sauce, just about a teaspoon of some rice vinegar, and a couple cloves of some minced garlic. Whisk this all together. I really do find that so many air fryer recipes are just so simple to make. So now all I did was add our veggies that I cut up with a pound of chicken that I cubed into this big bowl, and then I added the sauce all over the top, and I'm just going to stir the sauce so it gets coated all over the veggies and the chicken. I sprayed my air fryer basket with plenty of some olive oil spray, and then I added the chicken and veggies in there. This is going to cook on 380 degrees for 10 minutes. After those 10 minutes of cooking, I pulled this out and I gave this a really good stir, and I cooked this in my air fryer for an additional 14 to 16 minutes, or until my chicken was completely cooked through. Here's my big bowl of food. I topped mine with some sesame seeds and crushed red pepper flakes with a little parsley. You could serve this over some rice if you choose to do so. I really loved how the vegetables came out so beautifully crisp. I really enjoy making these extra cinnamony French toast sticks because you can meal prep them very easily. In my medium-sized bowl, I added 2 tablespoons of melted butter, along with a half a cup of milk, 2 teaspoons of some vanilla extract, and 2 cracked eggs. Whisk these ingredients all together. Now we're making the cinnamony sugar mixture that you're going to be dipping the French toast sticks in. So on this plate, I added 1/3 cup of sugar with a teaspoon of some cinnamon, and I mixed it all together. I'm using 4 slices of white bread for this recipe, or you could use Texas toast, and I'm going to be slicing them into fourths. I do want to let you know you could definitely double this recipe very easily if you're making this for a larger amount of people, but this amount of French toast sticks works great for our family. Of course, I sprayed my air fryer basket with a lot of some oil spray just so the French toast sticks don't stick to it. And now I'm just dipping them into the egg mixture and then over to the cinnamon and sugar mixture, then placing them into my air fryer basket. These cooked in my air fryer on 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. I did take them out of the air fryer at the halfway mark, so at the 5-minute mark, and I did flip the French toast sticks, and then here is the finished product. I just served mine with some maple syrup, and then I sprinkled some cinnamon all over the top, so that's what's all over the top of the syrup. These came out so good. They were really nice and crisp. Of course, my entire family enjoyed them, and like I said previously, these are so amazing to meal prep. Now we're making these buffalo chicken wings, or you can make them as barbecue chicken wings, whatever your preference is. So in this medium-sized bowl, I added a half a cup of flour, a tablespoon of some baking powder, just a shake of some salt and pepper, a teaspoon of chili powder, and half a teaspoon of some garlic powder. Go ahead and whisk this together. I have about 10 thawed chicken wings right here. I'm going to be dipping them into that flour mixture and then bringing them over to my air fryer basket. Of course, I'm sure you could guess it by now, but I did spray my air fryer basket with plenty of some olive oil spray before I added the wings in. These will cook on 400 degrees for 10 minutes and then flip them and then cook them for an additional 10 minutes or until they are completely cooked through. While we do have our wings air frying away, I'm going to be showing you how I make the buffalo sauce. So in this bowl, I have 1/4 cup of some melted butter. I'm adding 1/4 cup of some hot sauce to it. I'm using Frank's, and then you're gonna add a teaspoon of some garlic powder, and then mix these ingredients to combine, and this is going to be your buffalo sauce. Now that we have our little wings out of the air fryer and they're all cooked through, I'm just dipping them in the buffalo sauce and then bringing them over to a separate plate. If you wanted to use any other type of sauce, you definitely can, like barbecue sauce. Just go ahead and dip the wings in whatever sauce you like. I served my wings with some carrot sticks and celery, of course, some ranch to dip them in. I love making wings because they remind me of summer, and I really can't wait for that warm summer weather to come. We have to make some cinnamon sugar donuts, so now that's what we're doing. I have 1 can of some Pillsbury Grands biscuits right here. I'm just going to remove them from the can and put them on my cutting board. You're going to want to cut a 1-inch hole in the center of each of these biscuits. I did so by using the cap of something, but you could do it however you choose to do so. Now place them in your air fryer basket. You want to make sure they're not overly crowded or overlapping with each other. These are going to bake on 360 degrees for about 5 to 7 minutes. While we have our donuts cooking away, I'm going to work on the cinnamon sugar mixture. So in this bowl, I have 1/2 cup of sugar, and then I added a teaspoon of cinnamon. Just mix this together. Here are the donuts all cooked up and a nice golden brown color. I'm just brushing a little bit of some melted butter on top, and then I'm dipping them in that cinnamon sugar mixture, and then boom, there you have it. The donuts are done. I made these biscuit donuts for breakfast, and they were gone before I knew it. That is it for today. I hope you enjoyed it and found a recipe that you might be able to make for yourself. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you here. So go ahead and subscribe down below the video, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.